Hi folks, yeah, it's Sty out here in the outdoors. Not for long though. It's 10 minutes to 5. I've got a live stream that has to go up at 7 o'clock. So I've got, might as well say, 2 hours. I'm 45 minutes from home. So I'm going to be just booking it to get out of here, get my live stream set up, and get ready to jump on for tonight. It's Sunday, and tonight it's Sty Story Sunday, so I got to get my tail home. But I needed a video for tomorrow. I've got to make sure to get that video posted tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. That's this one. And tomorrow, I'm heading out in the woods for 3 days. 2 nights, 3 days. Yep, heading out to a lake. Going to do some kayaking, some fishing, and camping. Rain or shine. Someone told me just a couple hours ago, it's supposed to rain tomorrow. I said, good. And he said, but you're going camping. I said, rain or shine, no matter. I'm going camping. And I tell you what, if the weatherman says it's going to rain tomorrow, should be a pretty nice day. Okay, what's this video about? Okay, this video, I think the title of it's going to be Bushcraft or Not. And the reason for this video is I've been seeing on YouTube a lot of my fellow YouTubers that they modeled their channels around bushcrafting, and I've had a few of them I've noticed that have said they're getting away from the bushcrafting genre because they don't enjoy themselves just bushcrafting. They want to do more than bushcrafting. And I understand that. I understand that. And they're saying, well, they want to go camping with a nice tent, or they want to use a camper, take a camper out. They want to use modern equipment. They want to use a barbecue. They want to use modern camp gear. Well, all I can say to that is, don't let bushcrafting discourage you. When you go out camping, and I don't care how you do it, I don't care if you've got a $500,000 RV and you go to a campground and park it and you go out camping, and you're going to have fire that night out in the fire pit, enjoy yourself, and then go inside your camper and watch a little television or surf the internet or watch YouTube. Don't be afraid to call yourself a bushcrafter. What is bushcraft? I think the bushcraft community has gotten to the point where you see all these different factions. You see some that really push everything modern in the sense that I got to have the best ferro rod, I got to have the best bushcraft knife, I got to have, and I want to review all of this neat new gear that comes out. Is that bushcrafting? With all of these really nice accessories? In my opinion, this is just my opinion, yes, it is. Camp the way you want, and camp the way you like. This camp I'm going on the next 3 days, it's a mix of everything. Some people say it's glamping because I got my pickup tent that I'm going to be setting up. Some are going to say, well, that's not bushcrafting. He's taking that kayak out and he's going fishing. That's not bushcrafting. I'm going to set up my new hammock. So I'm going to have the option of sleeping in my hammock or sleeping in the truck tent. Is that bushcrafting? It's not a primitive shelter. But I'll start my fires with ferro rod, more than likely. I might use flint and steel. I don't think I'm going to do a bow drill or a hand drill, but I might. I'm going to go around in the woods and gather up wood for my fire. I'm not going to buy firewood in town and haul it out, so I got to go gather all that. What I'm going to be doing is going out there and being crafty in the woods so that I can get the most enjoyment out of being in the outdoors as possible. Now, if you want to camp strictly primitive, and I have over the years camped strictly primitive. None of us, if the more primitive you want to make bushcrafting, more power to you. But if you want to do that every single time you camp or get out in the woods, if you want to do it, that's your choice. That doesn't make someone that doesn't want to do everything primitive a non-bushcrafter. A bushcrafter is somebody that goes out in the woods and is crafty with what's around them. They take materials from around them. They might build a little camp bench or a little camp table. If not, they start a fire in a semi-primitive fashion. Does that mean they're not a bushcrafter because they're staying in a tent instead of a lean-to made strictly out of debris or a debris shelter of any kind? How many bushcraft videos do you watch where the individual builds a nice lean-to? I did it, built a beautiful lean-to, and they used a tarp and then covered the tarp with debris because they wanted it truly waterproof. Does that make them not a bushcrafter because they're using these modern materials? No, no. Bushcrafting is the art of being crafty out in the bush. So when you go out, and even if you're sitting in your camp and you've got a Coleman stove, you've got camp chairs, you got a nice tent, you got an air mattress and best sleeping bags, but you sit around your campfire and you're sitting there just whittling. You found a piece of wood in the woods and you're just whittling something. The act of you sitting there and creating and being crafty is bushcrafting. So for me personally, I have to say, let's be real. I don't know, I know people that have done it. I have done it. Just to show myself I could do it. And that's to go strictly primitive, other than the shirt on my back, let's say. Other than the clothes I'm wearing. Now, try that, literally. Everything 100% bushcraft. Now, I hope you can find the sharp tool you need to fabricate and whittle and cut the wood you're going to use to craft things with. Because if you're truly going to just bushcraft, should you have anything modern with you? No. Bushcrafting is, in my mind, the middle of the road between primitive skills, and I mean primitive, starting right from nothing. You don't have a nice bushcraft knife, you don't have a ferro rod, you don't have even a flint and steel. That's primitive, not having a flint and steel. You're going to find those materials and be able to strike a fire, or you're going to make a bow fire or a hand drill fire. That's primitive survival skills. Then you got the big fancy RV, all the comforts of home. But you go out and you sit around a live fire, and you might whittle something, or you find some sticks and you make yourself some kind of cooking grate, or you go out and you find just the best sticks for roasting hot dogs and marshmallows. Well, you went out and you were crafty in the outdoors. But you're glamping, you're in a very nice camper, everything's sweet. And then you've got everything in between those two things. And bushcrafting is the marrying of all of that. You're going to have the comforts you need to enjoy the outdoors. And if that means a tent with an air mattress, by golly, you're going to have that. But maybe you're out there with a tomahawk and just nothing but your bushcrafting knife, and you're going to craft a table for your camp and some chairs for your camp and cooking utensils. Maybe you'll sit and whittle a spoon, but because you're staying in that very nice tent on an air mattress with a very thick sleeping bag, doesn't mean you're not bushcrafting. It means you're bushcrafting on the more comfortable side. Or you might go out bushcrafting and build yourself using a hatchet and your nice, awesome bushcrafting knife, and you build yourself a primitive shelter, or you put up a tarp shelter. But you're not going to build a lot of things in your camp. You're just going to enjoy yourself outside. And maybe practice a couple different fire skills. Oh my gosh, there you go. That person, are they bushcrafting? Well, they got that nice tarp shelter. They didn't build that. They just put it up. No, they're bushcrafting. Bushcrafting to me is this big, wide arena. So, that's Stye's take on bushcrafting or not. If you're out there and you're touching that ground, you're touching that wood, you're feeling it and using some of it to whatever degree, you are bushcrafting. That's Stye's take on bushcraft or not. I don't think there's much of a not. There are people that, they'll stay in their RV or their big expensive tent and use their Coleman grill and never touch the outdoors. They're just out there just doing it, just camping. That's fine too. It's not bushcrafty because they're not getting involved with the raw materials of the land in any fashion. But if they are, they're bushcrafting. If they're camping purely primitive, they went out there with nothing but what they were wearing. No knife, nothing. No cordage, nothing. They got nothing. And they said, I'm going to go out there for a week and I'm going to do it. Are they bushcrafting? They're surviving using primitive skills only. But the act of coming in contact with nature and its materials and utilizing them to make you comfortable is bushcrafting. So when somebody says to you, well, that's not bushcraft, you tell them Stye said, not. Yes, it is. It's bushcraft. I'm out here getting my hands on Mother Nature. So there you go. That's the video. Now Stye's got to get them myself out of here. I still got to take that long ride home. 45 minutes to an hour to get home. It'll be close to 6 o'clock, and gives me about an hour to get ready and grab something quick to eat and get my live stream up and running. And Sty is so excited. I'm so excited for the next 3 days. This kayak hasn't gotten wet yet, guys. Can you tell? Sty really likes his kayak. It's sweet. And I'm ready. Sty is ready. And guess what Sty is going to do? He's going to be primitive. He's going to be bushcrafting. He's going to be camping. He's going to be glamping. All of the above. And what is it? It's bushcrafting. That's what it is. It's bushcrafting. I'm getting out in the bush the next 3 days. And I had to be a little crafty to get away from everybody. Just to get there. So, until the next video, love having you guys tag along. Just love it. I always get this goofy because I look at the viewfinder, but somewhere here, you'll see my ugly mug. Punch it if you haven't subscribed. Please do. Follow us along. And, hey, hit that thumbs up for me, would you? And there'll be a couple videos on here somewhere for you to follow, or a playlist or something. And until the next time, you all enjoy bushcrafting and have a very, very nice day. Bye-bye.